What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 2 of my music channel. I am Adam Baum, and I will be your host today. We're just going to dive right in and get busy with some guitar warm-ups. I'm going to show you guys some easy guitar warm-ups that I've used forever, that you can use anywhere, anytime. I suggest you do them to a metronome and switch up the tempos and picking patterns and things like that. But we'll get to that in a second when we get there. There's going to be basically 2 parts of this video. First one is going to be me showing you those warm-ups that I just mentioned, and then the second part is going to be a little taste of what my new Jackson X series that I unboxed in the last video. A little taste of what that sounds like. I did some iPhone recordings. I'm going to put them in at the end. I may or may not talk about them. I don't know. But they're also sort of like warm-up riffs that you could use if you wanted. So if you want to know the tabs or how to play those, if I don't put that at the end of the video, feel free to ask me. I can send you that. But mainly the purpose of those is just to give you a taste of what the Jackson sounded like and some cool little riffs that I've written over the years that you could possibly warm up with if you so choose. So here we go. Let's dive right in. I'm going to grab my Jackson and I will be right back. Okay, warm-up number 1. I'm calling this one the classic because I've done it forever. It was probably one of the first things I ever learned on a guitar in general. I think my parents may have taught it to me or something like that, probably. So if you're a guitarist, you're probably familiar with this one, but if you're a complete beginner, you might not have, and it's a great warm-up, and you can do it with a whole bunch, with pretty much every different picking pattern, and every different tempo and all that kind of stuff. So, all you're going to do, take your forefinger, put it bottom string, first fret, and you're going to go up and down the fretboard with all 4 fingers here. So, the first part is going to look like this. Alright, and when you get there, you're going to slide your pinky up to the very next fret, just a half step up, and then you're going to go back down, like this. And again, when you get here, you're going to slide it up and go back up, and etc., etc. I usually go up to the 7th fret, and then I start going back down. So when I get to this note, so after I slide up from this one to here, I start going, when I get to this note, instead of just going down again, I slide it back down. So we go here. So it's gonna be it's gonna end up here, and then I just go down. So again, I slide down again when I get to the bottom, to the low E string, or the D string in this case, since it's in drop D. But anyway, so that's all that is, and you can do it, like I said, with any kind of picking patterns you want. You can do hammer-on and pull-off, the hammer-on and pull-off version, which would sound like this. It's not going to sound too good because we're playing on a electric that's not plugged in, but you get the idea. You can do it that way. You can do it with alternate picking, so you can do it with down picking. You can do it with alternate picking. You can do it palm mutes. Whatever you want to do. All you have to do is just do that up and down the neck, and it's really easy. It's really versatile. It's a fantastic warm-up, and every guitarist should know it. So there you go. That's number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Warm-up number 2 I like to refer to as the finger strength training warm-up, because that's what it does. It trains your finger strength, and that is very important, especially when playing, especially more for lead playing, I guess, than chords. I mean, you still have to have finger strength for chords, but this one's really going to help you, especially like with your pinky, like doing hammer-ons and pull-offs with your pinky is what it helps me with the most, personally. But it's great for all your fingers as well. And all you're going to do is you can start at any random note on any random fret. It doesn't matter where you start. Just pick a note on any fret. I'm going to go with this one just because it's going to be good for the sound quality here, since this one's going to be kind of quiet. So all you're going to do is do continuous hammer-ons and pull-offs. There's a word for that, which is escaping me at the moment for some reason. It's not tremolo, because that's tremolo picking is the alternate. Maybe it's tremolo. I don't know. Anyway, I know there's a word for this, but I can't think of it at the moment. In any case, you're just going to be doing continuous hammer-ons and pull-offs, and you're going to do it with all of your different sets of fingers here. So the first two fingers you're going to use your forefinger and your middle finger. And you're only going to pick one time. You're just going to pick on the first note of this warm-up, and then it's going to be all about hammer-ons and pull-offs. So you want to do each I don't know, each section here, whatever you want to call it, for about 15 to 20 seconds, I think, is the amount of time you should be doing this one. And you can do it multiple times, but do it 15 or 20 seconds with each set of fingers here. So the first two fingers, like I said, forefinger, middle finger, it's going to pick once and do alternate and do continuous hammer-ons and pull-offs, like so. And again, you can do this to a metronome. It's definitely good to do to a metronome to just get even, completely even strokes going there. And like I said, you can do that for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then without stopping, you want to move to your middle finger and your ring finger there. So you're going to go, it's your ring finger, right? This one? I think so. Yeah? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Tripping. All right, so here we go. So yeah, so you're going to, like I said, you're going to start with these two. And then without stopping, you can go to the next two. So and do that for about 15, 20 seconds, and then go to your ring and your pinky finger. And this is where it gets tough, especially after you've been using the other fingers previously. It gets really tough to my pinky is so much weaker, and you really can tell when you start doing this warm-up how weak your pinky is going to feel compared to your other fingers. It gets tired very quickly, and yeah, I haven't been doing that one as much as I should have lately, so my pinky's a little weaker than it normally is. But yeah, so that exercise is particularly good for pinky strength, but overall great for strength in all four of your left-handed fingers, or right hand if you're a left-handed guitarist. Anyway, that's all that there is to that one. Pretty simple. Again, let me just show you what it looks like all together here. I'm not going to do them for 15. I'll do them each for about 5 seconds or something here, just so you can get a taste. But like I said, do them for 15 to 20 seconds for each. I'm only going to do 5 here, just to show you what the whole thing looks like. Okay, like that. And you just do that a few times. You take a rest in between, and you do a couple reps of those. And I guarantee you will see a huge difference in your finger strength if you do that on a regular basis. So yeah, that's number 2. Let's move right along to the last one, which is number 3. Alrighty, and the last one we're going to talk about here is what I like to so eloquently call the alternate picking warm-up, because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be working on your alternate picking. So let me get the a little higher up here so you can see what I'm doing here, because this warm-up is about the right hand, not the left hand. The first two were I guess mainly about the left hand, but also had elements of the right hand. This one is pretty much solely just right hand technique here. And what we're going to be doing is working on jumping to different strings with alternate picking. So you're just going to play 2 notes. You can just start with open. You can just start with an open guitar and just do 2 notes on the bottom 3 strings in succession. Go up and back down. So it's going to sound like this. And then you're going to you can just do, I mean, you don't have to do this. This is how I do it. I do the first rounded notes there open, and then I just hold the 1. I just bar the 1 and do it again and back and forth. So the whole thing sounds like this. And so on and so forth, okay? And you just do that back and forth, and you can do this with whatever groups of strings that you want to do. So if you want to go with, the bottom three strings instead of the top three strings. If you want to do two notes, all the way up, all 6 strings and back down, you can do it that way too. However you want to do it. It's just literally to practice, your alternate picking and being able to switch between strings. You also don't have to go in strings in order. You can switch that up too. You can, you can go down. You can go bottom E first, and then low E, and then here, and then here. However you want to do it. And it's just a good way to practice alternate picking while also jumping around different strings at the same time. So that's number 3, and that's all of the warm-ups that I'm going to show you today. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it this far, I'm glad I haven't bored you to death. So stick around for the next couple minutes for the last part of the video here. I'm just going to play some clips of me playing this bad boy actually through the amp. The only reason I don't have the amp on while I'm doing all this is because it just sounds way better recorded through the iPhone. When you try to record the sound of the amp through the MacBook Air, it just sounds really, really bad. So yeah, anyway, stick around for just a couple clips of me playing some riffs that I've written over the years through my new X Series SLX DX Jackson Red Swirl guitar. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Hope you have a great day. Hope you're doing okay in quarantine. Disclaimer, by the way, that's why I've been wearing this freaking beanie when it's like 90 degrees outside, because my hair looks terrible because I haven't been able to get a haircut. So anyway, I'm sure you all know how that is. Hope you all are holding up okay. Have a great one. I'll see you next time. Peace out.